What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Motorsports. That's Johnny. I'm Matt. Today, working on the Civic. We're going to retrofit the headlights with a new projector kit and some halos. And in the meantime, we're going to fit our buddy's headlights with some halos as well. I believe they come projector. They already come projector. So stick around.
He's going to start taking this apart, and I'm going to start taking these apart. We got to take all the metal parts off. We got to take all the screws. We got to take all the rubber pieces off to get ready to bake them. So we got to make sure there's no metal, because metal will heat up and melt the plastic. We took all the screws, all the metal parts, all the plastic parts, all the bulbs, the rubber pieces, so they're pretty much empty. There's nothing left. The only thing is the inside parts. We're not going to try to pull all those out. So when we did the Tacoma retrofit, we used 300 for about 5 minutes. Constantly monitored, so make sure it's not smoking or burning or melting or anything like that. We use the bottom of them because it's bigger and they'll fit. Barely, but they'll fit. So I'm going to put some cardboard and throw these in. Nope, the cardboard does start to smoke a little bit right around 5 minutes. So we're going to take that cardboard out real quick and just throw it out. There are tabs on the headlights. There's normally screws on the back. There's a couple screws around right here. Right here's one. So pull all those out. And then there's these tabs that you can see they clip over. Right here, right here, here. There's a couple up top. So this one's built in. You can see it has a little hole in it. So we're going to stick this in there for 5 minutes. Once it heats up, we're going to pull it out, try to pop these tabs, and then we're going to try to find a good spot to start separating. You want a spot where you can get good grip on both the front and the back. I should probably have one of these in there already. But it looks like we might try to start here, because looks like a spot we can grip nice on the front, have a good grip on the back here, and try to separate it. Once you start separating it, get a little knife or something, try to cut some of the butyl. It's going to be tough. I do have some gloves on the floor because they're going to be close to 300 degrees, so it's going to be a little hot. You might need the gloves to start off. Once it starts cooling down, once you get a little spot section or separated, then you can pretty much just manhandle it and just make it happen. So we're going to stick this in there with cardboard. See how it fits.
Inside lane, missing exits.
You do want to put something below the lights. I mean, if we had some kind of mat or something we could put there. I don't know how the wax paper would do, but you don't want it touching the metal because the metal is hot. And if you put it could start melting the plastic for 4 or 5 minutes. So we always want to put it down on something.
Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead.
Try not to touch the front, the back, the walls, at least not with the lens. So we're going to put it for 4 minutes to be on the safe side, and we're going to try and check it out how it is after 4 minutes. I'm going to go get a quick fan, so if it does start smoking, we can try to clear some of this air out. Alright guys, so we have about 40 seconds left for the 4 minutes. So as soon as these come out, I put the gloves on because they're going to be hot. The cardboard is smoking a little bit.
Oh, you did the Halloween.
I'm going to have the light on so I can kind of see in there nice. What we're going to do in 30 seconds, we're going to take this out, open it up, pull the light, put it down, take the cardboard, chuck it outside because the cardboard is going to be smoking for a little bit. You know, it's just kind of charring up a little bit. So.
Very nice.
Stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, and I don't need to go around anymore.
Alright guys, there's the first headlight. This front part actually, I don't think we're really going to need to touch it, take it apart at all. Note when you are separating headlights, the butyl is going to stretch. When you cut it, you do not want it to fall and hit the lens. It's going to be very hard to get it off the lens. So if you do it, hold it this way so if it does fall, it falls into this black plastic housing over here. These headlights are hot when they come out. They're pretty hot. I mean, I'm feeling it through my jeans. I can feel it somewhat through the gloves. Now, no guys, when you guys are done taking it apart, take this housing and put it aside. Somewhere safe, not face down, so dust doesn't fall in it.
So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna paint this reflector black. This one we're gonna leave chrome. That's my high beam. This one will have a high beam attached to it. That's the type of projectors that I got. They have the flap that is triggered by a little solenoid. So we're gonna remove this reflector cap here. Comes out with a screw in the back. Take this off, and we're gonna black this out, and then we're also gonna pull it out and make sure that we have enough room back here to fit our projector in.
Break away, forget your sober case, stop dwelling on empty
Sandpaper, I got 220 grit. Just gonna rough the thing out.
cancel cruise control, switching the manual.
Alrighty guys, we're gonna drill a hole through here so that we can fit the bigger ring for the D2S light. This one's this small for this bulb. The D2S is about the size of this second ring here. So I got a hole saw. The hole saw matches up to that ring. I'm gonna drill from the inside out just to keep it safe. And yeah.
Don't you wanna feel right again? Don't you wanna feel whole? Don't you wanna feel?
Alrighty guys, painting outside completely wrong. It's not the way you're supposed to do it. This is the way you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to dry your paint in a box with a heater tied to it. But it's what we got going on, and in reality, you're not going to see most of this paint, so it doesn't need a perfect finish. I just wanted it blacked out because I like black and then the chrome. Nice contrast. So I'm going to put another coat on this one, and that'll be 3 on this one and 3 on the other. Probably let them both dry for a little bit, and then put one more on both and do 4 coats total. Well, everybody, Johnny rigged up our little paint drying booth, so not a bad spot, huh? It's nice and warm in there. It's not too cold out here, but it's way warmer in there.
So, drill out the back, put the projector through it. The rubber goes on the inside, put the lock nut on the outside. So it should look like that. This goes on the passenger side. There's a high beam, which we use chrome because it's going to be a regular bulb. There's a projector housing here, which is pretty much sit right where it's going to go. We chrome like that and everything. So now there's a few screws and a couple clips to take the bumper off. Make sure you, if you have fog lights, you disconnect the wires. Now he's working on taking the bolts and screws for the headlight. So we're going to take these old headlights out. We're going to mount this back into the rear housing of his headlights. And we're going to clip those in without the front. That way we're going to connect everything, hook everything all up, and we're going to aim them. You can see right there, you put blue tape on the garage door. You turn on the stock lights, and it basically shoots right where the bright spots are. We're going to mark right on the top of the bright spots, and we'll put the tape. So that's the passenger side, here's the driver's side. So this is how we're going to aim these guys. We're going to aim these based on those. Note, when you put the car, park it, you cannot move it. So you're going to put the car, you're going to turn on the headlight, aim it, and mark out the tape. You cannot move the car until you aim these guys. Because if you move the car, your aim is going to be all up. So we're going to put these guys in, mark it up to those lines. Once everything's good, then we're going to take some epoxy. I think he's got a steel stick, and we're going to put some steel stick along the back here. We're going to try to get some so it doesn't move. So this projector is set. And so as Matt works on putting the lights back together to stick them in the car, I'm going to set up the wiring harness. So this wiring harness is pretty easy to set up. It's got two relays here. It's got a mounting hole. You got to mount it somewhere to the frame like this. Make sure the relay's aimed down. You do not want to mount them upside down. Any moisture or anything could get inside the relay. Short wires, you have two of them. You have an input and an output. So you have an OEM input from your wires, and then you have the output to the ballast. You have long wires, and on the opposite side you have another output to the ballast, and then you have your positive and negative from your battery. You only need one OEM input because all it's doing is activating these relays. So when you turn the headlights on, that headlight activates this relay. When you click high beam, I think it activates the second relay, so the bulbs stay on. It just flips that solenoid on and off. These two got to go to the battery. So we're going to mount this on the driver's side. We're going to have the driver's side bulb plug, the wire from the bulb. We're going to go right to this OEM input. This is going to go to the first ballast. This is going to go shoot across the car to the passenger side ballast. And then these battery terminal wires, we're just going to bunch up together, kind of put a zip tie on them, and connect them right to the battery because it's on the driver's side. Take this tab and I'll bend this tab flat down so it's just 90 degrees this way. I'll also mount it to where the battery tie down is. That's how they told me to do it in my Tacoma. So mine was mounted onto the battery tie down. So this will probably get mounted right here to the battery tie down. The one where I'll go to the first ballast, which I also got to find someone about that. Hook up to the stock wiring, shoot across, probably on this cross member somewhere. Maybe see if you can loop around the back and come up to this side. In addition to this, we also have the ballast. This, I believe, is a 55 watt ballast, and then they come with the high voltage plugs for the bulbs. This is a D2S socket kind of thing. So this is going to go on the ballast is going to plug in here, and this is going to go to stock wiring harness. So let's see if we can get some of this going. We got the projectors in. We got the retrofit projector tightened down from the back. So I mean, it's not glued or anything, so you can still move it. It's just tight because there's rubber gasket in there, so they're nice and tight. We got the wiring harness in. We got the ballast mounted. We got the bulbs and everything put in. So now we're gonna be aiming them. We can hook up the high beams. We're not sure what we're going to do. If we're going to put these high beams back on right now, or if we're going to use these high beams. They make a splitter adapter that'll go on the output high beam wire, and then you could split it, so you could technically have two high beams. So it's either put the bulb connected here for this, or put these wires that would operate the solenoid, or in the future, if he wants to get the splitter, he can technically do both after that. So right now we're going to turn them on. Woo! So they work. The high beam wires aren't hooked up. So now if we spin you guys around, you can see where we have the tape marks and where the lights are. So the passenger side's got to go up a little bit, and the driver's side's got to go down a little bit. Try to see if we can adjust it right, left a little bit. I don't think the Honda Civic has left to right adjustment, so we're gonna have to try to manhandle those projectors and kind of just twist them over a little bit, tweak them as far over as we can.
So right here, you can see in the light that we put steel stick there. What that is JB Weld. It pretty much simulates metal. Put from here to about here, so a good 2/3 of it around the side, around this lock nut, in order to keep it from spinning anymore. It ties it directly to the reflector. We drilled a couple holes to run our halo wires through. We used an existing hole to put through our solenoid wires, and then Johnny just epoxied the shroud back on. The shroud we had to cut down, as you can see. This is a very big shroud and a very big projector for such a small car. So here is the almost finished product. All we gotta do is bake it close. You can see there's a gap here. There's a gap up top, but the lens is pressed on pretty well. Last you saw, we were epoxying that shroud on. We got that done, and all we had to do was test fit this lens on. Once we did, we noticed it did meet a little bit up here, so we had to sand that down, clean it all out again, and then reapply this. Did a little bit of touch-up paint while we were in there to make sure everything looked nice. But as you can see, we're all in there. We're all done. It's definitely safe to say this is probably one of the biggest projectors that has gone into a Civic light. Everybody does the mini H1s and the small mini projectors with the Gatling gun shrouds. No, we went full D2S Apollo 2 shroud. Apollo 2 Apollo 1? Same as yours. Apollo 2, I think?
I don't know.
Apollo shroud. 1, 2, or 3. It's one of those. And it fit. We got our wires coming out the back. We'll eventually cover that with the boot after we finish baking it. But we're going to go inside and bake these in just about a minute. And we're going to bake the Dodge Dart headlights here too.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop.
Mounting the headlights now. That's working on that side over there, putting the headlights in. I double checked the wires for the halos. This one wasn't working, the green wire, so I have to do a little bit more splicing, but as you can see, that drives that. Bam! We got some halos going. We got a remote control so we can pick different colors.
Oh god, I'm really fucking blind. Can't see shit.
We might want to go blind, so we can do this. We do some of this stuff. Do this slow fade. You can slow stuff down. You can pick the same color, so it's green. You can dim it too. I don't know how well the camera sees that. Yeah, you can probably see that pretty good. So that's pretty sweet. Yay, we're matching. Let's see. It looks pretty good actually, blacked out. That reflector should definitely be a lot brighter. But we'll get back to you when we get all this put back together. We put this, then we put the bumper and grill, all that stuff back on. So we'll get back to you when we
Finish up.
yeah, when we finish up, when we're doing the demo.
Birds chirping and I hear my name.
One of the reasons we did the retrofit with the new housings and everything was because these were the original lights. You see they're all fogged up. We cleaned them up a little bit. They kind of just ended up refogging again. We use like the headlight restore stuff. But the only real way to get rid of this is to get new housings. And he had HIDs anyway. So we figured why not put a retrofit, make it look good, make it done right. So we're not blinding people on the road. So they got nice clean headlights. He got the proper way to do HIDs. And you know, we got the little extra fun part, the halos in there. It looks pretty good. It's pretty much done, right?
It's done. Just gotta clean the engine bay back up.
Savannah.